Taurus, sun, moon, and rising sun, welcome to May 2025. Are you ready for some surprises? Good news is on the horizon in unexpected ways, especially financially, as we have a beautiful new moon in the house of your finances, co-present with Jupiter and Mercury. That's going to be the highlight of the month of May, but also the idea that you're dappled with these unexpected surprises that keep occurring as Uranus keeps being activated in this month ahead in the sign of Taurus. Do you have any addictions, any bad habits, any like substances you should not be ingesting? That's going to be a very easy thing to let go of in the month of May. The universe is conspiring to support you. So we'll talk about that as well. We're going to break this down into an overview followed by week details. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac, the whole sign house system, and those fixed stars and minor asteroids are a part of my wheelhouse. If you like that kind of content, join me on my channel by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. It does help the channel grow. By the way, I'm also sharing a half price sale. If you want my 2025 all sign bundle, $66. I've never sold it for half price. It's now available during the month of May because it's a merry month of May, and I want you to be able to use that material for the rest of the year, which is more than 2/3 of the way through. You've got a lot of content ahead of you. Grab that. You can listen for your sun, moon, and rising in the All Signs bundle and share with friends and family. Oh, by the way, what is the difference between your sun, moon, and rising? Well, your sun sign is your essential nature, your soul, the true you. In astrology, when we talk about your sun sign, you can often lean into that, but also it might give you more influential information about career matters or purpose matters. The moon can be how you feel about life, but it also represents your home and home matters. And then when we talk about domestic and home and property, and when we talk about your rising, it's the character you play in the simulation of life. And thus the circumstances of your life are very relevant to your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, I have a free video tutorial how to cast your chart in whole sign houses, but it also allows you to find your rising sign or your ascendant, but you'll need to know your birth time for that. All right, so let's get started and let's begin. First of all, the thing I want you to know is this: as a Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, what you're going to notice is that April brings blessings from Mercury. I'm sorry, May brings blessings from Mercury. And the reason is that Mercury, the messenger of the gods, moves into your sign this month, in the month of May. So let's talk about the details, because he was basically trundling through Aries with a pileup over there, April 16th to May the 9th. And Mercury in Aries is about information, conversations, details, news, to do with your dreams at night, addiction, self-undoing, maybe revenue generated from distant shores and foreign lands and people. And then he was done with that story, or will be, on May the 10th. So yes, the first 9 days of May, you still have a bit of a backwash into the Aries sky behind you. And a lot of you should definitely be paying attention to your dreams at night. They're going to be giving you divine downloads and information, and meditations, shamanic journeys, all of that stuff is really good for you at this time. And then on the 9th of May, it's finished. And on the 10th of May, he moves into Taurus, your sign, where your sun or moon or rising is. And now you are the guy with the ideas. You are the woman or girl with the alert mind, and you have a microphone in your hand, possibly. May the 10th to the 25th, you'll be very busy negotiating something, contractually, partner negotiations. You've got Juno, the goddess of contractual agreements, across the way. It looks like a lot of what you might get engaged in May the 10th to the 26th is negotiating contractual matters. With Mercury being the ruler of your fifth house, they may have to do with entrepreneurial business matters of some sort, or creative contracts for projects that you've created. That could definitely look like a possibility as well. Mercury is the ruler or the lord of your second house, and these can be very financially lucrative contracts and agreements as well. If you're not doing that, then you're busy speaking, communicating, marketing, and selling, and you might also have a lot of ideas coming at you. And we'll be talking about that a little bit later as well in another regard. On May the 26th, to the June 10th timeframe, Mercury moves into your house of money, earnings, resources. Now, this is a very positive place for him to go. He's going to, later in the month, do a kazimi. We're going to have a lunation here. We'll get to that in the chronological portion, but all said and done, having Mercury moving through the second house often leads people to sell things. He's like a marketer, merchandiser, and you might sell items, sell your furniture, sell your home, sell your car, and you might equally want to purchase those sorts of things. So there's that kind of barter trade, merchandising of possessions that comes up for you on the 26th of May through to about June the 10th. And in this sense of it all, you're very fortunate because we have Jupiter there. Jupiter has been in that second house. He's the god of the Hail Mary pass. It's not always easy, but he won't make you go broke here. So having Jupiter in your second house since May of 24, May 25th of 2024 through to June 9th, you still have Mercury here. Jupiter here, well, Mercury is going through that part of your sky, May 26th to June the 10th. You've got a combination that's very auspicious. On May, so there's, if you wanted to buy a property, sell your car, buy a car, negotiate some kind of incredible deals of some sort, look for a new job, because this is your earnings house. These are extremely positive times for you. So again, that window of yay you for those kinds of things I mentioned is May 26th to June the 10th. Now, Venus is a love, beauty, kindness, and luck planet, and she's moving, and money, and she's moving through your 12th house. It won't probably be about money unless you make money through borderless income, digital revenue, and faraway shores. Most of you will experience this as a desire to spend time with bed pleasures and alone time. You will have pleasure and enjoyment of solitude, pleasure and enjoyment of being by yourself, and yes, bed pleasures, whether it's popcorn and Netflix or romantic pleasures, will be highlighted as Venus moves through Aries May the 1st to June the 5th. So most of May, you'll find solace and solitude, pleasure at home and being alone, or with someone you feel so comfortable with, it's like you're alone anyway. With Venus here, if you are somebody who is working through an addictive substance habit of any kind, she can bring some blessings to begin to leave that pattern behind. And again, May 1st to June the 5th, she's your girl. What about Mars? Mars is moving through Leo. Mars is going to be there May the 1st. Yes, he is. And he's not, well, he'll be there when you step into the month. He'll be there since the 16th or 7th, no, the 18th of April. But by the time we enter May, he's at 5 degrees of Leo. And he keeps going through the sign of Leo to the 20th degree, by the way, just in case you're astrologically astute. He'll be going through that part of your sky until the end of the month. So Leo is your 4th house of property, home, real estate, and land. Should in whole sign houses your IC float in the 4th house, Mars can get you a new home, and a really nice, wonderful new home at that, because of an ongoing trine to Venus. And if you're a Taurus looking to change your home in any way, this is an auspicious window of time for you. And you get that change of home glow up, selling home, buying home, moving home, changing home from Mars, May 1 to the end of the month. Now, he'll still be in this part of your chart, the 4th house, all the way through until June 17th, but you certainly can use the month of May, because in May, especially the last 2 weeks of May, he's forming a trine to Venus, which brings lucky opportunities regarding home, property, land, and real estate. Okay? And especially if it involves foreigners, foreign places, or distant shores. So this wouldn't be lucky opportunities for all of those things if all you wanted to do was move a block over. These would be bigger energies. And Venus is the ruler of the house of rental. So new rental opportunities, whether as a landlord you wish to rent your property or you wish to move to a rental property for yourself. So I love this sky for those domestic issues for you. And some of you might even want to travel abroad or move abroad. Any of those are possible during the entire month of May, especially the last half. Jupiter is moving still through Gemini, where he's been since the 3rd week of May 2024, blessing your luck. He's moving between 21 and 27 degrees of your second house. This is just to say that if you have planets between 21 and 27 of Gemini, he's activating those planets. And I'm not going to delineate that for you, maybe in a week ahead video, which I put out every week, so on Sundays now. And I might talk about that when we get into a more Jupiter action in the month of June. But just know you still got a protector. Yes, he's not in great dignity, but you're still held in high esteem financially. And he does support changing your dietary habits and patterns here as well throughout the month of May to release things that you put through your face, nose, and mouth that aren't good for you. And so he can bring you really ease and luck around letting go of those matters. Finally, Saturn is moving through Pisces still, but then sliding his ass into Aries. Now, this is an important turning point for you. And, you're going to have Saturn in Aries for about 3 years, but you're getting the first taste of it. There's a beautiful hummingbird that just landed across from me. Wow. You're going to get the first taste of Saturn in your 12th house as he moves there on May the 25th, and he'll be there until September 1st. So the first flavor of Saturn now with Neptune in your 12th house, it is the absolute nail in the coffin of an addiction. End of story, done, complete, finito. You'll begin to know that's true, of course, over 3 years, but on the 25th to September 1st, you can make real progress. It's very positive if you make money in foreign lands and shores through Neptunian means, digital income and revenue through videography platforms in particular, stabilizing and getting a lot more traction for you. And if you're looking for a guru or a spiritual guide or teacher, this can definitely open the doors for a really beautiful new teacher that comes your way, as Saturn does rule the house of Temple of God in your chart, and Neptune is that enlightenment energy. So those of you Taurians looking for spiritual guidance or wishing to go on a pilgrimage can benefit from those urges May 25th to September 1st and have great success in that regard. And Saturn will retrograde around mid-July. And so I really encourage you to jump on this energy if you're trying to quit an addiction and really harness May 25th to July 13th as a window of success. If you want to join a structured community as well, Saturn can represent like Alcoholics Anonymous or any of those communities. And while you may think that that's not for you, it could actually work out very well for you to try that out if you need to. Now, let's go ahead and let's move into the chart. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to have to move because I'm getting weird lighting at this time of day. So I'll be moving for my next video. Let's go ahead. I'm trying to keep these videos under 30 minutes. And let's show you the sky. All right, Taurus, there you go. Here we go for the chronological material. It's windy, which is great because it's 32 degrees in Arizona. So the beginning of the month, right, May 1st to the 4th or so, you're going to notice that there is a connection going on in our skies, right, between the planet Neptune and the planet Venus. And that is a beautiful dream time for you with Mercury there. Really pay attention to your dreams the first 3 or 4 days of May. It's also good for meditation retreats, also good for learning, to be alone and to enjoy your time alone and doing some research or study, especially if it helps you chill out, chillax, and let go of self-undoing bad habits or addictions. And for some of you, this could put you in a foreign land or a foreign shore in the first few days of May, and you're just enjoying your life and things are wonderful and you're really chilled out at that time. When we move forward, we see that Mercury is going to come into a sextile to Jupiter. Well, in this case, this is good news of some sort. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to move us that far ahead. Mercury is the news guy and Jupiter is the luck. And that's kind of as simple as that now, isn't it? You'll see it's pretty exact on May the 5th. What kind of good news? It looks financial. Something positive on the money front. Maybe backroom deals and negotiations were forming that allows for that financial goodness to show up in your life. And if you're actually at any point in this chart looking for a job or wanting to get a raise or promotion, backroom deals and negotiations supporting an increase of financial wellness is very much a possibility with this kind of chart. And if you're not looking for a raise, promotion, or a new job or anything like that, then it's just going to feel like a little bit of a lucky break financially, a little positive financial story going on here. On the possibility somebody is not doing well and they're in a hospital, then things will go well, not you or someone you know, but also you might receive some kind of good financial news from an ailing person, someone who's not well. And with Saturn moving into your 12th at the end of the month, likely an elder, someone who's quite a lot older in your family system. Now, as we move into the next part of the sky, and when we have Venus sextiling Pluto, which is beautiful and usually creates deep, profound love and sometimes wealth. And so there's a mini wealth yoga, a union and a sextile to bring some harmonious financial abundance connected to career, connected to earnings and money. And also maybe in this case, if you're in a relationship, it could really deepen the connection to a more spiritual level for the power of love and the depth of love to really show up for you in a new way in an existing love relationship. This would not likely be a precursor for a new love story, especially if that love is involving travel to distant shores or foreign places. Now, The thing I want to pay attention to is how quiet the week of May 8th to the 14th is. It's insanely calm. That's a very rare time. I always tell people if you're in a sky oasis, use it or lose it. Meditate, plan your life, get in touch with what you want and who you are. You're not being grabbed or pushed around on the cosmic game board. So really you lean into like May the 8th to the 15th and know that you have a lot more agency at that time. It's a quiet sky. However, one of the things that is happening in that time is a May 12th moon. That is going to be a full Scorpio moon. And it's over here in your 12th house, and it's on May 12th house, 7th house, and it's on May the 12th. So let's go forward to May the 12th and talk about it. There you go. Juno, the goddess of commitment in love, marriage, and business, vows and contractual agreements, is sitting on a full light, full moon in the marriage and business partner's house or audience and marketplace. There's a full shocking light there. It comes off a new moon in the fall, 6 months earlier, and it's looking over at shocking and surprising Uranus with an energetic jolt, like a little bit of the unexpected is showing up here. The moon will be at 22 degrees. And we're not going to try to change the chart to show that. But if you have a moon or a sun or an ascendant anywhere, I say from 19 degrees to 26 degrees, you're really in the crosshairs. You're really feeling this, okay? This is a very important lunation for you. It will impact your sun, your career, your moon, your home life, and your rising sign, any part of your identity. Now, when I see contractual Juno in the 7th house, if you're looking for work, it's signing on the dotted line, getting the contract aligned to take on a new position or job. And so if that's something you're into and you're thinking you might want to do, then mid-May, May the 12th, add a couple weeks, kicks it off and gets that thing into motion. And because it's also got a love up from Saturn, although Saturn is in a sort of a not a tight love up to the 22 degrees, at 6 degrees sextile from Saturn indicates any change in job and career matters brings lasting and longer gains. It's a long game. You won't just change a job, you might change a career. You might change your life's path in terms of how you earn money. But you can definitely look at that as an auspicious window for that. When it comes to love and relationship, though, a full moon shines a light on that part of the sky and asks you to inspect it. So if you want to inspect that relationship and you want to see what you want in your long-term committed love stories, then this moon shows you might want to break a vow or you might want to commit deeper. Both of those are very Juno energies. She's like, should I stay or should I go? Your partner in love might be also in the consideration of should I stay or should I go? The benefit to you of this moon is that Mercury is giving you some powers to negotiate and also to, like for a job, negotiate the salary you really want. Don't give up. Or in a marriage or relationship challenge, to be able to have that conversation with your partner that really smooths out what can be a bit of a crisis turbulence. And you might lose your head, or someone might lose their head. Algol sun energy is the Medusa decapitated. So look for that as maybe a bit of turbulence. A broad square from Mars in the 4th house, Pluto in the 10th, indicates a bit of a crisis or crucible of tension in a long-term committed love story around the 12th of the month. Maybe add 2 weeks. And if you want to smooth sail through it, use that Mercury negotiating, speaking in a Taurian way, calmly. Stay calm and you'll be fine. All right. I didn't put the nodes of fate in here. I have no idea why. Like, that is the funniest thing not to do. So let's add them. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Better. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the last half of the month, which gets extremely, very busy. But the reason I wanted to remember to add the nodes of fate, because, with the North Node Saturn combo flowing to this moment in time that we're talking about on this lunation, it really says destined long games in your career. So really look at what you're looking at in terms of maybe job changes, career position changes, career direction changes. Around the 12th of the month, add a couple of weeks. And knowing that every new moon and full moon takes 6 months after to fulfill itself. If you go back to the new moon in Scorpio, probably sometime in October, or November, you might notice that you were considering changes in the work or job setting, or there was some turbulence in your relationship. I think with Saturn, it's going to stabilize your relationship, not take it down. Now, it's a very busy second half of the month. So when we get to like May 16th, 17th, 18th, around that time, you begin to feel a lot of new action picking up and you're leaving the oasis the beautiful calm time that I talked about, minus the moon. So as we move towards this period of time right here, you'll notice that the sun is exactly on a conjunction to Uranus. It's building up, and it will be exact here on the 18th. This can be a very dramatic energy. You've been having this kind of conjunction once a year since 2018, 19. So it's not completely unfamiliar, but the difference is it's with Algol, a star of losing one's head, decapitation, the Medusa myth, also a star of wealth. With Mercury so close at hand, it could be very good for money. Mercury makes messages happen that make you financially well. That could be a story. No doubt about it, Mercury is able to do that here. And Mercury is the ruler of your second house of money you possess. And so you may come into possession of money. Maybe you're going to sell an asset, sell a car, sell a house, maybe some kind of financial investment like a stock takes off. So you might have some shocking, surprising wealth. Maybe, who knows? That's a possibility around this time frame. I'd say May 18th, 2 days before and 2 days after. Also, with this conjunction, you could lose your head. You must be careful not to get flying off the handle at somebody or some situation, especially with Pluto in the 10th house, like a boss or authority figure, and you just lose it, man. You're like fly off the handle and you shout at somebody in a bull-like way. You become a bully or something in a setting to do with your partner or your employment settings or your work settings or your bosses. So be cautious for losing your SHIT at that time. Excuse my language. Now we're moving forward. Sorry about the rattling paper. I'm in a windy day outside. We're moving into the next piece of the story. While this is happening, you'll notice that there is a difficult argument between two planets. That's Mercury and Mars. Mars wants to do something in the home, change the home, move the home, buy the home, sell the home, cut the home, exit the home, travel from home. Okay. Mercury is like them's fighting words. So what's going on here? You're going to feel this again, like May 15th to 21st. It's really in play. You could be having arguments or you might be making negotiations, because the battle, it could be negotiatory, deal making, the art of the deal. And that's all it is. But if it's the art of the deal, it's about land, property, real estate. Otherwise, you're fighting with your mother. So really, it's going to be like, this is what I want. This is what is worthy of my attention. Because that Taurus energy is solid there, and the sun and Mercury are together here. So, and there's a broad trine from Venus. What do you value? What is your worth? What are you worthy of receiving here? And if you're buying a property, a car, selling something, or trying to move your home, I wonder if some of you are thinking of distant shores and far off lands, like not even just, I live in New York, I want to move to LA. I live, in Canada, I want to move to Portugal. These are energies that are very strong for some of you. And I trust the Venus trine to Mars. We're going to talk about that to bring you lucky outcomes anyway. But know that there's tension. It looks negotiation wise, conversations about deals and contracts could be very big for you around this time. You may also be able to cut away from and end a childhood pattern that doesn't serve you. You see now the way you were raised as a child and the beliefs you have are no longer holding anymore. They're not flypaper for you. You can get free of them, especially the ways those beliefs may have caused you harm. Like, I'm not worthy of success or something. I'll never amount to anything. Those are cutting away at this time. Then as we move forward and we move into around, and I also would say, no, we're going to move forward. We're going to move into around the time of the Venus trine to Mars. It begins on the 20th or so of the month, and it just continues on and on and on. There's Venus at 14 degrees of Aries and Mars at 15. And, I would say it's starting before then. I say you can say it's starting even as early as the 18th. So the 18th of the month through to about, honestly, the 26th of the month, this is an ongoing flow and glow energy. If it's romantic, which it could be, you're having an amazing romantic glow with a partner in a far off land. If it's not that and you want to meet someone, go travel to a distant shore or land. Otherwise, there's positive, easy, flowing, and lucky developments that expand and grow and prosper around selling a home, buying a home, negotiating the acquisition of a home, moving your home. selling your home, all of those kinds of things. And again, I don't know, Venus could literally represent people from far off lands that are engaging in this process with you, or backroom deals and negotiations that bring success for you regarding these home matters. Mars is the ruler of your ninth house of foreign lands, doubling down on, are these foreign investors, foreign short elements important to you or not? And Venus is your ruler. She's the goddess that's got your back. So this is a nice time for you here. I like this vibe. And your bed pleasures and time home alone and the midnight hour and being in solitude are extremely positive for you all the way through about the 18th of the month to about the 26th. And this particular trine energy between the two planets becomes pretty exact here around the 21st of May and the 22nd of May. Now, the Sun and Neptune are in a flowing, harmonious relationship around this time as well. That indicates that you might want to enact some kind of long-term dreams and goals, especially concretizing as Saturn enters this part of your sky as well eventually. So what are the long-range plans, goals, and dreams that you might have regarding your own money and self-worth and assets? But it's also extremely good, again, for letting go addictions and self-undoing with substances that you put through your nose, mouth, and face. And you might find yourself in a sweet spot here around those matters where it just seems obviously easy for you to make that shift, if those are things you're working on. Now, Mercury will also bump into Uranus. I mean, that's inevitable, right? So, see, ascensional times. I've lost the whole thing. Okay. Give me a minute. And Mercury will bump into Uranus, but we have to take it back to keep it on your ascendant. Holy man. All right, let's see if I can pull it off. There we go. Mercury is going to come onto that algol energy, the surprises. I started by telling you a lot of surprises are coming up here, but algol makes it a little bit erratic, could be very intense. You're going to feel this as a possibility. May 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Okay. Surprise. What is it? May 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. It could be coming your way. Yep, it's over by the 26th. So I think that there could be something coming off of the sun, because when the sun was with this part of the sky, this is part two. This is the fulfillment. So if you go back to around the 17th of May, 17th, 18th, and the sun was co-joined Uranus on algol, now it's Mercury. So something going on around the 17th recapitulates into conversations, fundamentally deals or negotiations that are more solid and maybe also surprising when we get to this particular sky on May the 25th. You still have support from the North Node of Fate. This indicates a possible increase in your gains from your career. For those of you looking for new work or new jobs, look to backroom deals and negotiations to help you with that, or friends with allies and favors. People want to help you. Oh, I heard about a job over here. I'm going to put a good word in for you. Looks like good things like that could also come off of the sky. And this could be like signing the deal. So if you're looking for a new job, you may get word of it, for example, and you're surprised around the 17th, 18th of May. And now you could be in like signing on the dotted line and finalizing agreements, for example. Why not? We have a moon. We have a May 26th new moon in Gemini. It's at 6 degrees of Gemini, and it's a lovely, lovely lunation. It's for you. It exists for you to take the pleasures and benefits. The 26th, 27th, depends on your time zone. There's going to be a moon in the sign of Gemini, with Jupiter giving it luck and Mercury giving it power, because Mercury is the lord of this moon, and he's going to tell the moon what to do. He tells Jupiter what to do. What do I like about it? New job, new career, new ascendancy to financial gain. Why? Jupiter squares the North Node in the house of gains in your career, and Mercury and the sun are trining Jupiter. This is like a Pluto. This is a beautiful new beginning. It can unfold in the 2 weeks that follow this, and even up to 2 days before the May 26 timeframe. You are getting a really great career ascendancy, increase of financial prosperity, whether you change your position in a company, up level your entrepreneurial business, because your entrepreneurial business is the fifth house ruled by Mercury. Mercury is also, of course, the ruler of the money house. And he's telling everyone what the hell to do. I don't know how else to parse it. If you're looking for a job, really go for it in the month of May, especially as you approach this part of the sky. This looks to me like the last week of May is a superior career glow up. And whatever you do with a Saturn involvement, it will last a long time. You're not just going to change your career path a little bit. It could give you up to a 3-year financial glow up after this moon. Look to the moon 2 weeks after for evidence of what I'm speaking of. Okay, and up to 6 months later for it to fully fulfill. What about Saturn? Lord Saturn moves into your 12th house, bless his soul, on the 5th of the month, depends on your time zone. And he'll be in this part of your sky for up to 3 years, but he's here now till September. This is a very good place for you if you want to quit those addictions, but it's also good for relocating yourself to another country. It's also really good for coming into a deep connection to wisdom, spiritual guidance, gurus, if that's something that you're into. Finding your spiritual guides. Saturn would say, yeah, you can do this. Why not? Who would be worthy of your, sensible and sturdy and steadfast nature? Well, Neptune Saturn would be a guru of a tradition, some kind of long-term spiritual tradition of some sort. Let me know what happens with that. And at the end of the month, on the 29th to the 31st, you're going to see this. You're going to see a kazimi. Mercury will be in the heart of the sun. Mercury is going to be doing that from behind the sun. We won't see him. It's called a superior conjunction. But nonetheless, he's getting divine download instructions from the cosmic headquarters on the 29th and 30th in your money house. Now, yeah, we came off of a 26th, 27th of May moon, and now Mercury is like me and the sun are one. So you can use this for like positive things to do with money, like buying a stock or buying a lottery ticket. He rules your house of lotteries, or getting a new understanding around addictions and self-undoing that from things you ingest, or maybe negotiating something, again, to do with career and career matters. So it's a powerful reset button. It gives you about a 6-week glow up in finances, and it will last more than the 29th and 30th. It will kind of give you a 6-week unfurlment of financial success. And we know you only get Jupiter every 12 years in your second house. You got to run with it. He is leaving June the 9th. So it looks like May is a really good money month for you as well. Thanks, Taurus. Don't forget, I have a lot to offer in my Substack. You want to come join me there. I'm writing about Pluto. You might check out my community or 3 Zoom calls a month with me in my Patreon community. I'm going to start a new inner circle tier soon, a lunar circle tier. But at this point, I just have 3 tiers. Come join me over there. 2 tiers, but just come join me. And my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, where I send you weekly updates about the week ahead by written form by me every single Sunday, but you get early access to my contests. And don't forget, get a hold of the half price bundle, $33 for 24 hours of video content for each sign, plus PDF guidebooks for each sign written by me. And I wrote them, right? No way I did that. And they're unique to your sign, how to handle the year of 2025. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the regular video content, recording this for my Patreon community, April 16th, where they get early access ad-free content.